Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper. And last we left off, we were helping Lem and Mina with getting onto the crew. We were figuring out the down and dirty of what's happening in the low end and really trying to get money enough to get across the freaking Founders Gap here. We also have this spire thing here which we could try to climb, but I don't know if that's going to help us or hurt us yet. I think we'll have to find out. This spire doesn't do anything, or at least we haven't found out if it does anything yet. Don't really think I want to work on the side rail hole. We're waiting for this ship to come in. This ship we've already used. So really it's just a matter of... I think we'll probably try to sell off some of these components. I think we might just continue to work for the Yatagan and do exactly that. Get the stuff, sell off the components, that sort of thing. I really would like the Overlook Bar thing to happen, but it just has a lot of energy right now that I don't really want to spend. I feel bad saying that because I really want that to happen because I like what's going on there, but problem is that I really need credits to further the story. I mean, I could try to play Tala here and get 32 cryo right now. Why don't we try that? And then that could work. Alright. Get rich quick scheme right there. Alright, when you mention Ankita, the spacer selling passes smiles, they give you a discount on passage to Greenway. And that's where we need to go for Fang too. So we got lots of stuff to do on the other side. Across to Greenway. Do I have to do that every single time? I hope I don't have to pay 100 every single time. So, Greenway, overgrown biosphere. Oh, this is nice. Look at this. Service dock. Service dock doesn't have anything there yet. No. Waiting for Fang is there. Haifa commune, wild margins, artificial wilderness, the wastes. So that's where he said that they were supposed to be going. So if I am trying to find Ashton, that's going to be in the wild margins. Okay. So, tracking Ashton. Ankita seems to think Ashton is out here at the wild edge of Greenway. Time to see if that's true. So we can interface or we can intuit. This one gives us 3 to tracking Ashton. And is not dangerous. So it feels like that's probably the better option for us. Let's go ahead and go for that. And I wonder if we put a 2 in there, it turns into a 3. We're going to lose energy. I think we'll risk it. Let's go for it. Okay, positive. I'll take it. And we got 5 cryo from that. So we're real close to tracking him down now. What is this? This is just looking around. Map the pathways. Going green. Exploring the Greenway is unlike any other place in the eye. Its overgrown chambers defy mapping. Interesting. Walk the Greenway. The simplest way to explore the Greenway is simply to pick a path and set off in its twisting chambers and passages. This carries obvious risks. Definitely. Alright. Founder's Ferry. It's like, do I have to pay every time? I don't know. We'll find out. So I've got a 1 left. Is there anything else worth hacking? Actually, this is a great question. If I go over to this side, is there something over here worth hacking? Oh, one thing. Greenway Gate. The entire Greenway is locked down, shrouded in a dark cloud of shifting currents. What is happening here? So I need to find a Greenway cipher. Interesting. Okay. So... Rabia's office. It's risky. All these things. All those things are risky. But let's see if we do. Try to think of another place we can go and use a 1 that will actually get us towards something. I mean, working on the house, lose energy. Because a 1 is a 50-50, right? 50 neutral, 50 negative. I mean, it wouldn't have any negative clock for us. We could spend a 1 there. Just keep looking for more data. Yet again, data. Haven Age data. Where else could we place a 1? We could try here. Lose energy. Let's give this a risk. Ugh. So I didn't get anywhere and I lost energy. Okay. So I don't have enough money for food. You know what I could have done? I totally could have used that dye to actually do the sunbathe action. That would have been the best option. Alright, let's end the cycle. See where we get next day. Alright, now we're starving. So do we want to start with the sunbathe? Just put that 1 in right away. See where that gets us. Good. Flickering. Alright, so we've got 4, 5, and 3. I'd say let's head back across to try to track down this fool. This fool who dared work against Ankita. Alright, if we go... There's no other reward for choosing one or the other, right? It just... I got a 1 on both of them. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, 5 cryo. And Kita. The trail ahead extends deep into an overgrown section of the Greenway. At this far end of the ring, where the long, lazy curve of the Greenway becomes the shattered landscape of the wastes, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stack broken from its axis by rust or force, and lying amongst the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple. It is stained with moss and algae, flows of green running out of its broken tanks like a frozen brackish tide. This is where Ashton is hiding, you are pretty sure. All of your intuition points to the shadows beneath this collapsed superstructure. You roll the comm headset Ankita gave you in your palm. Let's call Ankita. You slip the headset into your ear and it fizzes with static. After a few moments you hear Ankita. Sleeper, have you located the target? A doubt enters your mind. Can you be sure he is here? Yes, come now. Copy, hold tight until I get there. The static cuts out, the channel is dead. You hold your position and watch the trail. Ahead, the stars wheel with the motion of the eye, and your mind wanders. You try to imagine what this place looked like before the collapse. All ordered rows of crops, corporate pleasure gardens, glowing farm stacks. Now it is a wilderness, a strange, overgrown biosphere bordered by the void of space. You smile despite everything. It seems like an improvement. Sleeper, Ankita's hiss brings you out of your reverie. He's in the collapsed stack? I think so. She gives you a look. You better be right. Well, there's no way I'm following that trail. If he's up there, he'll have eyes on that for sure. She glances across the landscape. Let's keep to the undergrowth, work our way around. She heads off toward the central spine of the Greenway, with you following close behind. It is slow going there, where the overgrowth meets the metal wall, but it is so concealed that you can barely see the glass roof high above. Ankita somehow seems to know where to go. Ankita works her way through a dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches and fronds. It's exhausting and you are desperately wanting to rest, but Ankita shows no signs of letting up. Up ahead there is a faint glow from the collapsed stack. Ankita leads you around the side to a broken tank. You both step through the opening, trying to avoid the broken glass that sits among the moss and algae. You work your way up the slanted tank. Ankita setting a deliberate pace. Somewhere water drips, and you swear you heard birdsong. Hanging plants catch the light, coating the place in a pale and sickly green. Ankita reaches the edge of the tank where it meets the central drum and holds up a hand for you to stop. You inch forward and look over the edge. The vast drum is like a cistern with plants growing on all sides and wet, mossy islands at its base. It is beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. What? In a faint circle of light descending down through the drum, the sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They are surrounded by crates, and beside them on one of the mossy islands there is an object, a cylinder set on a tarp. It is connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? Are the ones one of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They are twisted, broken open, wrong. You look away. Ankita doesn't look at you. She doesn't look at the sleeper. She fixes her eyes on the object. That's Amber's ship mind, she says, and you suddenly recognize the cylinder. Who is... You turn to Ankita to speak, but she is already gone. She drops off the edge of the tank and lands on one of the mossy islands, her armor letting out a hiss as it absorbs the impact. The shot hits her shoulder piece, the ceramic armor cracking, but holding as she braces into the impact. When she launches herself forward, the now activated armor launching her across the drum. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit! You hear the sound from one of the tanks high up in the far wall. Ankita reaches over and wraps a hand around the thick connection between the ship mine and the sleeper. What is she doing? You better come down here, I'll rip this right out of their head, she screams at the wall of the tanks. You shiver at the suggestion. I'm going to stay silent. There's a long pause. All you can hear is the dripping of the water running down the walls of the drum. Then Ashton calls out. I'm coming down, Ankita. Don't do anything stupid, for God's sake. He appears at the far side of the drum, stepping through the shallow water, rifle raised above his head. Drop the gun, Ankita shouts. He throws it into the moss. As you lean out to watch, you see him catch your eye, clocking your presence. So is this the sleeper that he's holding in the picture? Looks like it, because there's a ship mine tied into... Crazy. Alright. What are you up to here, Ashton, you sicko? She stands, keeping her sidearm trained on his head. You ripped my ship mine. For what? Some freakish experiment? Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires that Ankita still has a hold of. Steady, Ankita. It isn't like that. I needed the ship mine. You have to understand. They would have died without it. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you ripped my ship mine and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on the connection. Typical of you, Ankita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That's why I never asked for your help. You only look after yourself. He nods at you. That sleeper up there. They're just bait, right? To draw me out? Ankita sucks a breath in. Are you trying to give me war reasons to shoot you? I love them, Ankita. Ashton looks at the crumpled sleeper. I loved them, and they were going to die. I knew you would never understand that. He starts closing the gap between himself and Ankita, now slowly inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton, Ankita snarls. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Ankita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way... He inches closer. Please. I can't let you take it, Ashton. Ankita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. She shakes her head. You think I'm going to trust you after all that? I need it, Ankita. I need them to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now, of Ankita. I'm going to take them now, Ankita. He raises a hand. I'm going to take the ship mind and go. Ankita loosens her grip on the connections a little. Her hand is shaking now. Stop, Ashton. She lowers the gun a little. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes his move. A blur of movement, a struggle, a shot. Another. You recoil back behind the edge as they ricochet around the inside of the drum, the sound deafening you. When you crawl back to the edge, Ashton is bleeding into the water, the red and the green. Ankita is standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly, drip after drip after drip. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There's no sign of life, of humanity. They're just another broken object among other broken objects, while all around, living things grow and thrive. Ankita finally looks back up at you, tears in her eyes. She begins to say something that might be sorry, but you are already gone. Ooh. Shit just got real. So if I work here, I just get more credit toward this. I don't actually get money. Like, give me money, people. What do I do in the Wastelocked action? Okay. Now I gotta talk to Ankita about what happened. I don't know if I want to. This feels like bad time. Alright. Is she back at her ship? Where would she be? Interesting. It doesn't say... I don't see anything that's highlighted. Still waiting for Fang. Yeah, I don't see anything highlighted yet, so I don't know where I'm supposed to meet her to talk to her. I'm sure it might just come up. Might come up a little bit later. Yeah. Alright. So we've got 2 dice left. 2 dice. We've got enough to buy food. So I think let's go ahead and start there. And then... not sure. Do we work for Rabia's office again? Keep working on that. Grab scrap components. It is risky. Or do we work here? That takes so much more. But if we work engineer, it's a chance that we're going to get scrap components. So let's try this out. See what happens. Nope, no scrap components. But we got a bonus there. Let's see if we get it again. Okay, neutral. We'll take it. We'll take it. I think that's that. There's nothing else I can go to. I mean, I could spend money, but I don't have money. Derelict unit. Only at 1 step there along the way. Problem is I'm splitting myself so much over so many different drives. I just really need to focus in on one. Alright. Back to the home. Back to the home base. Let's see. Self-repair. Don't need any of that. Alright. New day. What I really need is more energy, but we'll work with what we got. So no Ankita yet that I'm seeing. I don't really want to spend a lot of time trying to figure out the greenway just yet until we can actually like get over here and start working on it, because it's like I want to figure out the stuff back there first. Let's see. Do I have to wait? Amber is docked here at a rickety old jetty, but she's sealed up. A note says, "Sleeper, stay. I'll be ready soon." What? You'll be ready soon? You're the one who killed one of my kind. What are you on about? You'll be ready soon. Alright. Let's head back. Let's see. I've got... do I go for this one, or do I go to try and get the Overlook Bar figured out? Overlook Bar I think we're closer to, so I think let's go for that and hope that we can get some scrap along the way. Okay. Let's try the 3. Risk it, risk it, risk it. Alright, there's a random scrap item out of it, too. I think I'm going to save the 6. Let's put the 6 into something. I know I'm just saying, like, put everything into 1, but, like, hear me out. I feel like I need to put the 6 into something that's going to really move me forward. I mean, I could play into it, or play Tala and earn myself some creds. That could be really useful to put that forward. Scrap components, yeah, so this just is a 1-to-1 sort of ratio here. Alright, let's get myself some creds here. Pretty easy way to just make money. Alright. We'll keep that and we'll come back next cycle and we'll finish the Overlook Bar. Yeah, I think we're okay. We're good on food enough. I'm hoping... Where is... Let me just see. If I do the yet again dispensary, stabilizer's 80. Do I have any other way? I'm trying to remember. Do I have any other way to add to my energy there? Let's send. Well, sorry. Energy is this bottom one. Add to my condition. I think that I need something special. Self-repair. I don't know if that's what this is. I'm gonna try it. Let's try it. Come on. Oh, God, that's it? That's all I get from it? Like one tiny little blip? You're kidding. Alright, end cycle. At least I won't be out an extra die this time. Okay. Uh-oh. You miss me? Ethan smiles a ragged smile at you. Walk away. Ethan follows along and you notice he is limping. Come on, sleeper, just a little joke. I know you have a sense of humor. You look at him. He is paler than usual. Hunched. He is sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to treat an old friend. Get lost. Ethan's face drops along with all pretense of friendliness. I think you'll want to hear this, sleeper. I think, he says, rapidly shaking his head. You'll really want to hear this. Hear what? Ethan perks up. This is big, really big stuff about you. He seems more jittery than usual, on edge. You remember how SNOP canceled the contract on you? The contract I was going to collect? Seriously, Ethan? Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me? I lost everything. But let's not worry about that. He smiles sarcastically. And so, what did you think? That was it? I'm going to stay silent. Well, it was, except... Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old Essenop gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who's even more of a shithead than yours truly. He smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. Who? Ethan grins. That's the question, isn't it? Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I'd been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues about what went down, and it turns out that Essenop canceled all their bounty contracts. The whole lot. It seems they've brought someone in-house. Some guy who did such a good job on their last contract that they got offered a job. He leans in. Apparently, he made a hit on this ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. It was smuggling sleepers out from under Essenop's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship. Ethan whistles. They called him Hemwick or Maywick or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forget. You mean the Winter Light? That's it. He looks at you hard. So you know about all this. He pats you on the shoulder. Then you'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you. Shit, so the Winter Light, that ship that we were working on, that's the one that he blew up? Oh, so creepy. Okay. Ethan runs his hand through his greasy hair. Given this new information I've brought to light, it seems like you are in need of protection. I'm not paying you anything. Easy, I'll get to that. He looks down at the corridor. I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there. The owners, they say that they'll space me unless I work off the debt. Seems they are that kind of businessman. He grimaces. I would pay them, but... He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting. Then work it off. You should be glad, the anger rising in him now, that I came here and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You are a contract, a name on a list. He kicks the wall. Ethan rubs his temples. I'm sorry, he hisses. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and whacking that thick skull of yours. He sighs. But you think I want to go up against this guy? You think I want to go up against this guy? But us? He drives a finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. Fine. Ethan smiles. He looks like shit warmed up. He pauses. Just think about Maywick. Think about that cold-eyed ass in our shit on his way here and from the core systems. He smiles. That should give you the motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor. He swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts. Ugh, God. This guy. Alright, overlook bar. 3's gonna just get me risky. Alright, let's put the 5 in. Let's just make sure it works. Alright. Distillery. Tala stands back from the newly finished distill and tub, hands on hips. Look at this, she grins. The overlooked distillery in all its glory. She squeezes you around the shoulders. Thank you. How's sourcing ingredients? Tala smiles. I think I've got most of it covered between the food factories in the low end and the farm stacks in the greenway. However, she pauses. There is an issue. Tell me. Well, Girol the drink, as you probably guessed, is named after Girol the mushroom. That's what gives it that golden color and earthy taste. The alcohol is infused with the mushrooms along with a mix of spices. That means you need Girol caps to make Girol, but no one wants to supply us. The distilleries on the Greenway are taking all the stock from the farms out there, so it's hard to get a single cap across Founder's Gap. Great, so it's like we got 2 people that need Girol caps now. However, I have an idea, she smiles. We can grow our Girol caps here. She gestures at the increasingly equipment-filled back room. Are you sure? Totally sure. Tala puts a hand on the still. We made a still. We can set this up. How hard can growing mushrooms be? They don't need light. They barely need soil. We can do this. She pauses. Or at least we could if we had something to grow them from. Like spores? Exactly. Suddenly you feel like you've walked into a trap. And you are the perfect person to get me those spores. She nods rapidly. Think about it. You built the still. You are great with plants. You know the eye like the back of your hand. Need I go on? Half of that isn't even true. Don't be so modest, she pats your shoulder. Look, I can't leave the bar, and the other people picking up shifts. She grimaces. I'm saying it has to be you. Fine. Wonderful. You'll love it over on Greenway, I think. All that fresh air, open space. She sees your expression. Okay, I'm done. She turns back and looks at the still and the fledgling distillery forming around it. It really is something, though, isn't it? And want it or not, you really have to agree. Alright. So I didn't get an upgrade point for that one. Dang it. Alright. Gain Ethan's protection. Work in the compressor. Okay, that's what he wants me to do. Bring Emphas Girol caps. Bring Tala spores. Help complete the sidereal horizon. Spend time as a Yatagan enforcer. Build a home. Okay, so what I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to do, unfortunately, is start working on building out the other side here. So I can figure that out. Where is the compressor? that here. How much do I get for working here? Oh, I work off his debt. Great. That's not what I want. It turns out they're local gangsters. Now Ethan has to work off his debt if he wants to keep breathing. Gosh. Maybe I should be upping my endurance skill. Or my engaging skill. Let's cross the greenway here. One more day for her. Sci-fi commune. If I work the canteen, I can become a Haifa member, but I don't know what that means. Here, let's see if I improve the overlook, bring Tala spores. Does it give me an idea of where to start? It does not. Okay. So I'm thinking I'm just going to have to explore the greenway. If I do that, that's just neutral. This one gives me 3 going green, so let's do this one. Simplest way to explore is to walk around. So let's walk around first. Okay, and let's see if these 3 can get us risky. Come on. Dang it. Okay. One more time. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so we got 1 more to go. 1 more bit to go. Hey, mushroom groves. Can I buy them? No? Dang it. I should have popped out first so I can get 2 grove spores for energy. While the grove mushrooms are dangerously inconsistent, spores provide a chance to gather or study these species in untouched form. And this one gives me condition. Interesting. Fungus that grow in the deep groves of the greenway are strange and typically avoided, but those with sharp eyes might find sustenance. Might find sustenance! And then what is this? Overgrown biosphere, farm stacks, vertical farms. There we go, another place to work to get cryo. Oh, steal the harvest. There's loads of food here. Why should these farmers keep it to themselves? If you can do it quickly, they might not even notice it's gone. If you get caught stealing, there's no way you'll be able to work in the stacks. As simple as that. Got it. So I could gain a lot of energy, but if I get caught 3 times, I'm going to lose that entirely. I don't know if I really want to do that, but I do want to visit Emphasis Stall, get myself some mushroom stew, and I think that's where we're going to end that day. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Citizen Sleeper in our next 2 cycles. If you'd like to see more of what's coming in this series or any of the things that are coming on my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos like this video so it shows up in the YouTube algorithms. And as always, folks, I will see you in the next game.